feature event, our final racing activity on the evening. They'll come down to turn 4. Right now, team going forward. Thunderbird pace car gets the wave off in turn 4. It'll duck down off the banking, out of harm's way into the pit area. Pace car off the track. They'll come down to the cone off of turn 4. That's where they will get the start. Your starter, Matt Higgins, green flag in hand. Let's them go. Green flag, we are underway with a sportsman feature event. Down into turn 1 they go. David Sanchez on the point. He's going to lead them off turn 2 down the backstretch.
Got a car up against the wall in the back straightaway after making contact with another competitor. That was the 68 of Art Collins, but he gets it back up to racing speed and continues on. Off of turn number 1, your leader here will be David Sanchez. Off of turn 4, that is up in turn 1. We've got a car turned around, and that is the 45 of Gary Graham. So caution coming out with 1 lap complete. Car turned around up on the inside of turn number 1 out of Granby, Connecticut. It's the 45 of Gary Graham.
So Sanchez strong from that outside starting position. He takes the lead on the first lap. We go caution with 1 complete. Red lights turned off. Matt Higgins, clenched green flag in hand. They'll come down off turn 4. When they get to the cone, they'll look for the green anywhere thereabouts. As they come off turn 4, once again, we look to go back to green. Green flag is out. We are underway. Down to turn 1 they go. Sanchez strong on the point once again. McWhirter files into second. Ronnie Blake sets sail.
Ronnie Blake getting a run going off of turn number 2. Had a good hit of steam. That third place running spot, he pulls right to the rear deck of the 32 of Butch McWhirter. Now dropping down low on the banking in turn 4 is the 97 of Bobby Hackle. He's 4th.
Little bit of changing around in positions there as they make their way down. We got a car turnaround in turn 1. And we'll go caution once again. This time it's the number 11 of Scott Snyder. The Jim's Auto Body sponsored number 11 of Scott Snyder. Snyder pulls away. Looks like he may be able to continue on. Well, the red lights are turned off, so we'll be ready to go back. We'll see if we can get lap number 3 in the books this time as they come down here between turn 3 and 4. Pace car gets the wave off. Pace car out of harm's way. Matt Higgins, green flag in hand. They come off turn 4. Down they come. Green flag flies. And once again, we are underway. Down to turn 1. Sanchez strong on the point once again. The 32 of McWhirter going to slip up the banking. And a shot on the outside comes Chris Kokosa.
Kokosa on the top side. It's Bobby Hackle down to the inside, and Hackle going to challenge Butch McWhirter for the number 2 spot. Charging off of turn number 4 here in the front straightaway. David Sanchez will lead, but again we'll go yellow flag. Just picking up 1 more lap as we've got a car stopped up against the retaining walls ahead of the back straightaway. So 3 laps, we're 3 for 3 here with yellow flags at the conclusion of each lap. As this time we've got a car stopped up against the top side and the entrance to the back straightaway at the exit of turn 2. That is the Alligator, Art Collins.
Turned loose for 17 more laps in this McDonald's Sportsman feature. Pace car gets the wave off up in turn 4. And we are ready to go back to racing once again as they come down to the restarting cone. Off turn 4, David Sanchez on the point, brings them down. Green flag flies. Into turn 1 they go. Sanchez going to bring them up through 1 and 2. Down the back stretch. Sanchez, your leader.
David Sanchez on the point. Butch McWhirter, the number 2 spot, race now for 3rd place as Chris Kokosa pulls alongside of the 97 of Bobby Hackle. Hackle on the outside, Kokosa on the inside. Here in the front straightaway.
That's your top 4 cars as they make their way down the front chute here. Chris Kokosa looks down to the inside of Hackle. Kokosa ducks down to the inside. Kokosa will now take over 3rd.
Kokosa up to 3rd, Hackle back to 4th. Meanwhile, Butch McWhirter directly ahead of them took a look at the lead from David Sanchez. Sanchez fighting off that challenge, however. McWhirter still there in 2nd.
Down off turn 4, Butch McWhirter hounding the backside of David Sanchez. Now steps out of line on his way down to turn 1. McWhirter going to back it into turn 1, and Sanchez will put daylight between the 2 of them.
David Sanchez in the Clubhouse Sports Cards number 23, and Butch McWhirter in the Anthony Colarusso and Son number 32. Now McWhirter a little loose that time in the corner, and that allows Chris Kokosa to make a pass.
Chris Kokosa trying the very smooth line, trying to run the smooth line. Butch McWhirter trying to manhandle the car up on the top side. They'll race off turn 2, 1, 2, 3.
Butch McWhirter again loose off of turn 2, got it almost sideways at the head of the back straightaway. Now he rim rides up there in the east end in the number 3 spot. Car turned around up in turn 2, and that's going to force yellow flag here once again. Victory on this night in Lebanon Valley history, David Sanchez. Sanchez winning on this night, first career win a year ago.
Could history repeat itself? We'll see. Very interesting. And David Sanchez at the helm right now. Down they come. Green flag flies. But yellow comes out simultaneously. Yellow lights coming on around the speedway as quick as the green came out. So Matt Higgins not liking that start as two cars come together on the backstretch.
Streak on the modified tour.
Well, Mighty Mike's streak came to an end tonight.
You know that already?
I know that already.
You are on top of race results.
I'm on top of things. He's in Maine, though. He didn't go down to Jennerstown.
Okay, that's why you know.
So we are ready to go back to green as they come down off turn 4. Green flag flies, and we are underway. David Sanchez going to lead him down through turn 1 and 2. Kokosa rides there in a runner-up spot. Now McWhirter with a full head of steam finds Bobby Hackle to race side by side.
Wheel to wheel they run in that race for third place. Bobby Hackle down on the inside, Butch McWhirter on the outside. Hackle can't keep it downstairs, has to let it drift back up. He slides back in that 4th spot. Marcus almost there.
Contact made between George Marcus and Bobby Chalmers down here. Marcus withstands the contact and now finds himself up in 4th spot as he gets by Hackle.
Bobby Hackle now will be right alongside the 24 of Bobby Chalmers as Chalmers challenges Hackle, and they'll go side to side behind George Marcus.
Down the front chute they come. You got a new leader as Chris Kokosa has taken over the helm. Kokosa brings him down to turn 1 and 2. Kokosa going to lead him off turn 2 down the backstretch.
Chris Kokosa driving the San and Fran Texaco 00 car, looking for his first win of 1997. Now leads the field here. David Sanchez in that number 2 spot. Butch McWhirter still there third.
Down the front stretch they come. Single file racing back through the pack now. They'll make their way into turn 1 as the halfway sign has been met. 10 laps down, 10 laps remain.
Chris Kokosa starting to stretch out his lead a bit over second place man David Sanchez. And now George Marcus will make a bid for the third place spot as he drives down low in Butch McWhirter. They'll be side to side, Marcus and McWhirter.
Marcus trying to make his way towards the front. Pulls down the race side by side. Wheel to wheel with McWhirter. McWhirter to the top side, Marcus to the bottom side. They'll come off 2 and race wheel to wheel.
They stay that way, side to side. Marcus low and McWhirter high. They have got the big 23 of David Sanchez directly ahead. That's going to block Butch McWhirter as George Marcus will now work down to the inside of David Sanchez.
George Marcus pulling off the inside. He'll try and make a move now on David Sanchez. Sanchez up on the top side of the racetrack. Marcus will look for the bite down on the bottom. He'll get it off turn 2 and take over the runner-up spot.
Marcus makes it work down the back straightaway. He's used second place car with the 91M. Now Butch McWhirter and David Sanchez will hook up in a battle side to side.
Now Chris Kokosa sits on the point. George Marcus has made it to the runner-up position. Will he be able to run down your leader, Kokosa, by about a quarter straightaway down the backstretch?
The 00 Chris Kokosa now will be dealing with lap tracking. He's got the 117 of Jason Tompkins directly ahead. George Marcus all alone at number 2 spot. The race again tightens up for third place.
Back there in that third position, David Sanchez holds on to that spot as they come down to turn 1. Once again, Butch McWhirter right to the back bumper, looking for a way by the 23 of Sanchez.
McWhirter a little loose off of turn 2 down that back straightaway. He'll again close ground on your third place runner, David Sanchez. Your leader here in the front stretch.
Chris Kokosa clicks off the 3/4 mark as now Kokosa taken to the high side, trying to run the smoothest line he can find and keep in front of the second place man, Marcus.
As we're now in the final stages of this McDonald's 20-lap sportsman feature, if this stays green the rest of the way, does not look like George Marcus will be able to run down the 00 car.
Back in third spot, we continue to see the number 23 of David Sanchez. Fourth is the number 32 of Butch McWhirter. Rounding out your top 5 is the number 111 of Jeff Cassidy.
Chris Kokosa down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3, will now find the 108 of Chris Sprague directly ahead. He'll be coming to him off of turn number 4 and putting the Sprague car down a lap.
On the outside, Chris Kokosa trying to drive the coolest line he can find. Not a lot of racetrack down in the middle groove. He sits up on the top side, just trying to ride the cushion off of turn 2 down the backstretch.
Chris Kokosa all alone out in front. George Marcus is closing the ground. But now there'll only be 2 laps left. This time by 18 are in and 2 to go for Chris Kokosa.
2 laps remain for Chris Kokosa as he tries to break George Marcus' winning streak. Down here through turn 1 and 2, he'll look down that long backstretch and try and make his way towards the finish of this race.
Now, as we've got a lap and a half left to go, Chris Kokosa, your leader, will be dealing with some slower cars. Off of 4 here in the front straightaway. White flag flies. The 8 car of Delaware Holbert stays down to the inside.
Last lap around the high banks for Chris Kokosa. He'll wheel it off of turn 2, making his way down the back chute towards turn 3, looking to make his way to victory here in this final lap. Off turn 4, down to the checkers he will come. Off he comes down the front chute. Chris Kokosa breaks George Marcus' win streak. Marcus finishes in the runner-up spot. Finishing third across the line will be the 23 of David Sanchez. Butch McWhirter finishes 4th, and the 111 of Jeff Cassidy rounds out the top 5.
Off early at 6 o'clock, so adjust your schedule on Saturday afternoon and be sure to be with us here as Fane Concrete is in to present a full card of racing action of modified, street stocks, pure stocks, sportsman cars, and the IMCA modifieds as well. Plus, on top of that, a ladies' cannonball added to the program next Saturday night as well. So with that, let's head it down trackside.
Well, thank you, John. Chris Kokosa right now exchanging a few barbs with starter Matt Higgins. And here he is, folks. Winner of tonight's McDonald's Sportsman Features, Chris Kokosa. And Chris in conference with Matt Higgins now. Chris wheels down here. And Chris, congratulations, buddy. I tell you, it was one of those situations where 4 weeks in a row, you guys chased George Marcus around. Last week, you got as close as you could get. This week, you pulled it off.
Well, thank you very much. First, I got to thank Mike Petrucci. This guy's been working real hard. He's been taking all my crap for the last couple of weeks. Billy Decker, them guys, his crew, I can't say enough about them guys. They're just killing themselves trying to help us get going fast.
Well, I did notice a little earlier, Chris, as I was walking down through the pits, you and Billy had quite a brainstorming situation down there. I noticed a lot of questions were being answered by one guy. One guy was listening, doing a real lot of listening.
Yeah, the crew hates when Billy and I get together because they know they're going to be changing things real soon. We just, like I said, Billy's just been going out of his way to help us out and do everything he can to get this car going good. And like I said, between Mike Petrucci Power, Billy Decker and the Pennzoil team helping me out, what more can you say?
You started lucky 13th tonight. Not exactly a great starting position on a racetrack that had been weather beaten, as Brett said down in Victory Lane, and kind of used up by the modifieds before you.
If this is used up, I'll take it.
Well, certainly a little slick in the corners, but you had to be a master of the gas pedal, that's for sure. I'm sure the bite was in certain spots. We noticed you moved it up towards the top.
Yeah, Billy always tells me to look for that gray area just above where the black is here, and there's always bite there, and if you can get up to it, it works real well.
Okay, well, Chris, I'm going to let you go. Congratulations. You got one more thing to say.
A couple things. I want to welcome my new sponsors, Teddy Bear Pools and Spas, to the team. Staying in France, Texaco as always. AFCO Racing Shocks, you can't beat them. Happy Father's Day, Mike and Dad.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Sportsman feature event winner is Chris Kokosa.
So wrapping it up down there in Victory Lane. And topping it off with a McDonald's hat on top of it all, the Stand in Front Texaco, Plain Hooky Charters, Adam Ross Cutstone, AFCO Racing Shocks, Teddy Bear Pools. Sponsored entry of Chris Kokosa from over Springfield, Massachusetts way. And Mike Petrucci Power under the hood. Once again here in Victory Lane for the Sportsman Division. So with that, folks, hope you enjoyed yourself at the track here tonight. Certainly had a great night of racing all the way around, we think anyway. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, pass the word along. We've got it here every Saturday night throughout the 1997 campaign, deep into the month of September. So we'll be doing it every week. If you had fun, let folks know, all right? More and more folks are finding out the best way to spend a Saturday evening is right here at Lebanon Valley Speedway. It's a must-see Saturday night at Lebanon Valley. So with that, from my partner Dan Martin, my name is John Stanley. Again, we thank you for attending. We'll see you back here next Saturday for more great racing action as we rock and roll around the high banks of Lebanon Valley.